Hi, welcome to Bits and Pieces Quilting. Today I want to provide you with an update on some of the projects that I've been working on. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle. Welcome to Bits and Pieces Quilting. Today I thought I would go through and show you some of the projects that I've been working on over the last few weeks and months. I did an earlier video where I previewed some of the things that I would be working on, and in that video I showed you 10 projects that I was hoping to complete. Well, I'm at 6. 6 out of the 10 have been finished, and I thought I would show you the final results. The ones that haven't been finished are the really hard ones. There was a project that was templated piecing that's going to require a lot of brain space, and it's not something I do a lot of, so that one I haven't started yet. I also showed you a couple of kits that I was hoping to combine into a larger project called Sweater Weather. That one hasn't been done yet. Some Canadian themed fabric that I don't have a pattern for, so I haven't finished that. And finally, some K facet fabrics that I was going to make a disappearing 9 patch out of, and I haven't finished that. But there are 6 other projects that I have finished, and I'd like to show you those ones. The first project was the circle in a square quilt that I had finished piecing that kicked off that video. The quilt is finished, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I just did an all-over machine quilting with some straight lines around the borders just to accent those areas, and I think the finished product looks really good. I'm not sure who is going to be the recipient of this quilt, but I'm really pleased to have it finished. The second project that I want to show you is the cross-stitch wall hanging. This was the 15 or 20-year-old unfinished object, or UFO, that's been kicking around for a really long time, and thrilled to have the cross-stitch finished. And so I made the long piece into a wall hanging and made the smaller piece into a pillow. The wall hanging hangs here in my sewing studio, and I use the pillow downstairs in my reading chair. The next project to show you is this Drunkard's Path with the K facet fabrics. This was a curved piecing project, and this was much easier than the apple core project I'd done in the past. I will definitely do more curved piecing if it's like this. And I'm thrilled with this. I just think it is bright and cheerful and sunny, and I'm really happy with the way the fabrics all combine together to provide just a glow from this quilt. I think it will be given to someone with a very bright and unique personality, and I think the quilt will really suit them. Another project that I featured in that video was the Peppermint Patty pencil case. This turned out really well. I was a little worried about sticking those 6 packets together underneath the vinyl, but it worked out really smoothly. I put a fun fish-themed aquarium fabric inside for some bright, colorful accents. And again, I think it turned out really well. I boxed the corners so that you can put some depth into the bag and it'll stand up on its own. And I'm happy with the way it turned out. I was also able to finish the quilt for myself, for Jason and I, with the Indigenous fabrics. This is also a project that I'm really pleased with. I think the gray sets off the optical illusion and helps those Indigenous themed prints to really pop off the quilt. The colors, the patterns in the fabric are showcased because of those larger pieces. And I put some really dense quilting into it to give it a little bit of a sense of structure and some weight. We've been using it for the last few months, and it is wonderful. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I ended up putting a piano key border on the edge, mainly because I didn't have enough of any one fabric to do borders, but I think that ties together the scrappiness of the interior of the quilt and ties that together with the outside to make it look quite deliberate. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And the final project to show you is a quilt that I've called Square Dance. This is made from leftover sew and flip units, and I've done an earlier video to show you how to make and use these units. And this is an original pattern based on these sew and flip leftover bits and pieces. I hope you'll go back and look at those videos that show how to use these pieces, and I'll have the square dance pattern available on my website for download if you want to go over there and download the free pattern for your own use. The videos take you through where these units come from, how to sew them together, how to create these leftover hourglass blocks, and this square dance quilt is one option to use those. It feels great to use up those bits and pieces. Fabric is expensive, and it's much more sustainable, I think, to be able to use every little piece and turn it into a project. I hope you enjoy it as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these projects. Leave a comment down below as to how you're going with your current projects. Are you making some progress? Is your to-do list getting longer? I hope you're not creating too many unfinished objects. I'd love to hear how you're going. Don't forget to visit my website at www.bitsandpiecesquilting.com. And until next time, enjoy the process and make the most of your fabric bits and pieces.